Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Became the God of Lightning. Remember to get this one to 200 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King 2 of What If Naruto had a different dream that will change everything, and enjoy that guys. Link will be at top of the description for you guys to enjoy. And over on Anime King 3, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Awaken the Renny Tenseikan. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy as well. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, to do a bit of recap of the last part we left off, as it all started centuries ago, when the god of the shinobi world, Hagoromo or Sasuke, the sage of six paths, saw a little fox get electrocuted as he rushed out to save the animal life. He never knew about that stay into his subconscious. So, when he created the tail beasts, he created Kurama, with an affinity towards lightning. As the centuries passed, the Nine-Tails was attacking the village as he was being controlled. He was sealed inside of a newborn baby boy, but he was split before being fully sealed. So with that on their way, time passed as Naruto was being chased by a mob. As once again he was severely beaten, left there to just die. As they moved away, leaving him there as a thunderstorm was going on. Lightning rained down from the heavens and shot the boy violently. But surprisingly enough, he wasn't harmed, not even one bit. He woke up in his mindscape and there he met the fox. Yes. Lucky for Naruto, it was the good half that was still inside of him when Minato had split the beast into two halves. It had a lighter and a darker side. The lighter side was still within Naruto. The fox decided to help Naruto as he started to speak to him. He transformed into a human form and stepped out of the bars. While in this state he was severely weak, but it was the best to train Naruto in, as he told Naruto that it's time for him to stop acting like a weakling. He wouldn't have his jailer act so weak. He would have to be stronger. So Naruto took his words at heart and he started to be trained by Kurama, as Kurama was teaching him his ways, teaching Naruto how to get stronger, as Kurama was known as the god of lightning back in his days, seeing that he possessed lightning that was unparalleled to any other shinobis throughout anyone. And that lightning affinity was coursing through Naruto's veins, as that lightning shock had wakened up something inside of him, and Naruto was pulsing with power. But first thing, he needed to get some weight to train his weakened body, and also stop eating ramen. That was one thing Naruto feared. But Kurama insisted upon that. After not eating ramen so much, Naruto realized that he started to grow a bit taller. Yes, it seems like ramen, nothing but ramen was stunting his growth. Eating healthy vegetable. And he went to the Higurashi shop where he met Tenten and Kaido, her father, as him and Tenten became friends. As Naruto started to train and increase his training as he went on, until it was time for the first day of the academy. So yeah guys, that's basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the page and check it out for yourself. So what do you say begin this new episode? We begin this episode in a clearing, a training field, as grunts could be heard, followed up by counting 989, 990, 991, 992, 993, 994. These countings were coming from the one and only Naruto Uzumaki, as he was doing pull-ups from the tree. His legs were hooked onto the tree branch, while he did pull-ups. Around his arms were two weights, each of them weighing 100 pounds. That meant the boy had 200 pounds around his arms. The weights were incredibly heavy. But Naruto was going through it like a champ. A couple years has passed since he began his training with Kurama. At the moment, Naruto was now 12 years old and stronger than ever. While being at the academy helping him with his work studies, Kurama was helping him with his physical training, which he was grateful for. As you can see, as he just finished his 1000 pull-ups, as he flipped off the tree, he then got to his push-ups, as he placed the weights on his ankles, and started. When he reached 500, he used one hand to finish the other 500. Yes, Naruto has been training like a monster over the past couple of years, and it had paid off. After his workout, he flipped to his feet, sweat glistening off his body. He wasn't wearing a shirt, just a dark blue pants and sandals. He released a breath. "That should be enough. You can go and relax now," said Kurama, as Naruto dropped down on his butt. Training was still intense even though he made it look so easy. His body was aching. Releasing a long sigh as he thought about his life up until this point. Yes, a lot of things had happened. Going to the academy, he had met back Choji and Shikamaru. Yes, they had indeed started the academy before him 6 months. That is why he no longer see them around the park, as they became friends. Him and Kiba as well, after he showed Kiba who was the top dog. After all, Kurama had told him to not let anyone push him around, and the start showed that he was, well, worth a crap, the way he phrased it. So Naruto was not a pushover, especially when it comes to the academy. Most of the girls here hated him, and some of them liked him. The reason being there was two factions. One of them was for Sasuke, and one of them was for Naruto. It was because of Naruto's attitude that made most of them flank towards him, as the Kyuubi had taught him many things. It seems when you ignore the girls, they seem to want you even more. So he did exactly that. Form of what Sasuke did, but Naruto wasn't so cold to them, because when they spoke to him or said something to him, he responded back. But some of them hate him, especially Sakura Haruno, the one that loved Sasuke. But there was one of them that seemed to be the head of his fan group, and that was Ino Yamanaka. She was the one that seemed to be mostly obsessed with him. Most of the time, two girls fight a lot. So which one of them was the better? Well, Naruto was, of course, but Sakura just wouldn't get that through her head. Sasuke has been rather angry over the past couple of years. The reason was he was top dog of the class, the unbeatable one until Naruto arrived, with this strange taijutsu fighting that he could never get over. He could never pass Naruto's defense. He was always the one on the ground. And the Kyuubi told him to not really care what people think about him, so if Sasuke wanted to hate him and be jealous, he should just tell him to screw himself. And there was another change in Naruto's life as well. Sensing it, Naruto got to his feet. The moment he did, he tilted his head as a snake shot past him. It was trying to wrap him up. The snake landed right in front of him and hissed towards him. Raising his two fingers, he pointed towards the snake, who simply slithered away in the grass. Suddenly, he felt like the wind shifted behind him. "You know, I just had a really long workout. Kind of tired." Two pair of arms wrapped around him, pulling his head back into two luscious melons. As a big smile came on Naruto's face, he would never miss enjoying this feeling. It felt so wonderful. The person behind him was none other than Uncle Minarushi herself, as she smiled at the blonde. She ruffled his hair. "You like that, huh?" she said. As Naruto said nothing and just enjoyed the bliss. "No, that's my boy," said Kurama. As Naruto remembered how he met Uncle. Flashback. 2 years ago. As Naruto was currently in the forest of death. "Are you sure this is the best place to train?" "Well, from what you've gathered so far, this is a dangerous place in the entire village when it comes to the training areas. So yeah, wild animals that are out to kill you, that will be the best thing." "Why?" said Naruto. "Because when they are after your life, that is when you put your true training focus and show what you've got. You know, one of these days you're gonna end up getting me killed. And you know if I'm dying, I'm dragging you with me as well." Who say I just don't leave your body and run away? Well, can you? Said Naruto. You know, I don't really know. I wonder if this seal is strong enough to hold me back and pull me with you even if you die. You know, I should research about that. Hey, why does it sound like you want to escape? Said Naruto. Who knows? Don't joke about that, said Naruto. Who says I'm joking? You know, you can be a real ass sometime. Well, you're just a stupid kid, so you don't know anything. Naruto spun as fast as possible as he heard the bushes ruffle behind him. A little jumpy, aren't we? Well, I'm in a forest where there's man-hungry animals that eat people. So, if you're not jumpy, you're either crazy or stupid, said Naruto as he looked around. Don't worry, kid, you'll be fine. There's no animal in here that can take you down after what you've learned so far. Kid? Am I dreaming, or is that a giant cobra snake coming towards me? Seems this will be your first test to see if you're a true man. So we're going into a different test now, to see if I'm true man, said Naruto. Well, that was always in it, said Kurama. Well, I understand now, said Naruto. You understand what? You're definitely trying to get me killed. The snake rushed towards Naruto as he jumped out of the way. The snake ripped through several trees that were behind Naruto as Naruto's eyes went wide. He landed on his feet as he quickly slammed his hands together as a bright flash engulfed the area. When the light finally died down, the snake scanned the area, but there was nothing there. Lightning drop, a voice said. Suddenly, Naruto's heel crashed in the snake's head with electricity coming off of it. As the snake slammed into the ground, shaking its part of the forest. I guess I was tougher than I thought, said Naruto. Suddenly, he felt a shift behind him. Spinning around as fast as possible, Naruto came face to face with a bunch of boobs. What the hell is going on? Oh, I'm sorry to say this, kid, but that snake, he killed you. What? Yeah. He's now feasting on your flesh. So you're currently in boob heaven right now. I mean, boob heaven? What are you talking about? Well, can't you see it for yourself? I can see them for myself as well through your eyes. Those luscious boobs are looking back at you. Don't disappoint. Go ahead and give them a squeeze. Well, if I'm really dead, said Naruto, I guess I should. Reaching forward, as Naruto touched the boobs, the Kyuubi started laughing in his mind. The kid was still too young to understand full sarcasm when he says it, and he really believes him. At the moment, Naruto was just going along with what he heard. Well, aren't you a forward one? Naruto stepped back, his hands still holding on to the boobs. Are you an angel? He said, as Uncle looked at the boy confused. You know, I have maimed people for doing less. As Naruto's eyes widened as he removed his hands. You lying fox. Well, fox are liars and tricksters. But did you really just fell for that? There's no such thing as boob heaven, and if there was, I would have been there already. But you'd have been dead, said Naruto. Yeah, that's right. Guess I have to find a way to get in boob heaven. But you said it wasn't real. Who knows? Who knows what this messed up boob-filled world is capable of? You know, you're becoming weirder and weirder the more we talk, said Naruto. Perhaps. Or is it because you're becoming stupider and stupider the more we talk? Hey, said Naruto. Well, who knows, said Kurama. Sorry about that, said Naruto. I kind of lost my senses right there for a moment. After facing a giant snake, you know, he said to her. Uncle scanned the boy. She knew exactly who this was. He was one of the demons inside of him. But what was he doing all out here by himself? You know, this is a very dangerous place. You can get hurt, she said. Oh, I know. That's the main reason why I came out here. So I can fight something I can actually fight back, he said. Oh, so you're looking for a challenge, are you? Well, you want me to be your sparring partner, she asked. Naruto scanned her over, seeing her physique, and that pouch on her waist. Sure, he said. Uncle was just joking, but the kid took it serious. Alright, he said, as he stepped back. Hold on, I was just kidding, she said. Really? I was really looking for a sparring partner. Someone that can actually challenge me. Aren't you going to the academy? Yeah, but the kids there are all weak. Aren't you an arrogant one? No, not really arrogant. Just telling the truth, said Naruto. But you seem like a fine kunoichi. So, wanna help me train? And what would I get out of that? Said Naruto. Like any special food? Well, I like dango, she said. Well then, I'll buy you this dango if you train me. Uncle thought it over. Deal, she said as she shook his hands. First thing, you should never allow your opponent to get so close to you. As she twisted and swinged him off the snake and threw him away. This lady's gonna be fun, said Kurama. In the flashback, as Naruto finally broke away from the boobs, as he turned around to face Uncle. Still enjoy that I see, she said. What's not to enjoy, said Naruto. So, are you done for the day, she asks. Yep, pretty much, said Naruto. Want me to take you for some dango again? Sorry, but I have a mission. I just came by to get a few things on the tower in the forest. Oh, said Naruto. What kind? Top secret, she said. Come on, who would I tell? Alright, fine, said Uncle. You should know, it's an assassination mission. Really? Who's the target, Naruto asks. A high-profile mob boss, who is always surrounded by at least 50 gang members. So I have to be silent as I go to my target and end his life in a swift motion. That's gonna be awesome, isn't it, said Naruto. You know, finding someone like you that enjoy these kind of mission I do, it's quite a relief. The others don't seem to enjoy them at all. Naruto looked at her. Oh, your girlfriends? Yes. As she had told him about her friends, Kurenai and Hana. One of them was a Inuzaka, and Kurenai was a new Jonin that she told him. Well, kid, said Uncle, maybe next time I'll give you a warm pillow to sleep on, she said, as she gave him a wink. See ya. With that, she vanished. You know, you could have spent more time between those luscious things, said Kurama. You know, you really need to go have a walk in the sun, said Naruto. And how exactly do you expect me to do that? Stuck within the seal. Oh, that's right. Then be quiet, said Naruto. Huh. Are you playing this game again? What game, said Naruto. Trying to act all arrogant with me when you know I'll put you in your place. You know, as I come to think about it, what exactly can you do to me, said Naruto. You curse and you talk and you this and you that, but you can't actually fight me. So how would that go? Well, I could use my chakra to invade your body in small doses until I fully corrupt your chakra system and make you feel pain. How does that sound? Can you really do that? You want to find out? Alright, fine, I'm sorry, said Naruto. You better. Naruto released a sigh. Well, I better get home, he said. Well, you should. You have a big day tomorrow. And with that, Naruto headed off. Before he paused, you know, I did 1,000 sit-ups and 1,000 push-ups. And about 100 lap around the field. Isn't that deserving a reward? That is the first thing that comes to your mind, doesn't it? Well, it's the best, said Naruto. Alright, fine, you can have some ramen, but not too much. You know that thing's not really good for you. But it's the best food in the world, Naruto said. Just be quiet and go get your ramen, said Kurama. As Naruto had a big smile as he made his way off. Some things never change. The next day, as all of the students were gathered outside, tomorrow was going to be the test, the graduation test. As Iruka and Mizuki was testing their evaluations since the first time of them coming to the academy. All of the parents will be the same, as they want to see if any things has changed. As Naruto was leaning up against the wall, some of the girls were glancing over to him with hearts in their eyes. Yes, it was here where he shined, where he acted all cool, different from his different personas. As his hair was down in his face, to shade his eyes, just to give off a mysterious view. He was currently wearing a white shirt with a black jacket over it, long black pants, and black boots. Beside him, Shikamaru was lying on the ground, looking up at the clouds. With one thought in his mind, he wished he was a cloud. Choji was munching a bag of chips, as Kiba had a smirk on his face, as he couldn't wait to fight. He then glanced over at Naruto. He kept that thought to himself though. Sasuke was over to the other side, looking all arrogant as usual, despite knowing that he's second best. That was really eating away at him. He was furious of it though, as he couldn't, despite his training, he couldn't train himself on his own to beat the blonde, and that was pissing him off to no end. How does it feel to be in love with the second best? Asked Ino. What? My Sasuke-kun is not the second best. Ino had given up on Sasuke, reason being, Sasuke always blew her off. Everything that you said to him, it was always a or silence. Sakura didn't seem to get that through her head by now. It seems like he wasn't interested in any of them at all. But when it comes to Naruto, he was different. He actually talked back, and he was also nice despite his cool, mysterious attitude. But Sasuke was just a douchebag, she thought to herself. Well, your Sasuke hasn't beaten my Naruto-kun, so it's not like he's number one. My Naruto-kun is. Just shut up, Ino, Sakura said, having no retort at that. As Naruto was always best in Sasuke, and she was furious about that. Sasuke should be the number one. He was the greatest after all. There was one girl in the class that Naruto really talked to normally, and that was Hinata Hayuka. The girl was rather shy. The Kyuubi told him that she had a rather, strange issue when talking to people. Some people are just born shy. But when it comes to him, she was immensely shy, like she liked him. But Naruto didn't see her that way. She was just kind of strange but sweet. But he didn't see her as a person to like. She was more like a little sister or something like that. As he smiled towards her, Hinata turned bright red before she gave him a small, awkward smile and turned her head as fast as possible, making Naruto sigh to himself. Seems like she would never get over this little crush of hers. So, alright everyone, Haruka said, as he looked towards Mizuki. The first fight we had on that day was Sasuke Uchiha versus Naruto Uzumaki. As Naruto remembered his first fight with Uchiha. Yes, that was the first day where he put him in his place, and people started to see that Naruto was the strongest. Kick his ass, Naruto-kun, Ino shouted. Come on Sasuke, you can do this! As the two fangirls and the other group behind them cheer. Why do they even bother, Shikamaru said. They already know that Naruto is gonna win, but they always keep up this nonsense, he said to himself. As he released a loud yawn. One day, I'm gonna beat the both of them, said Kiba. Kiba, you're delusional again, said Shino. I'm not, said Kiba. But, you actually think you can win against them? Of course I can, Kiba said. You just watch and see. Well, I think the both of them are gonna do their best, but Naruto is still gonna win, said Choji. As the both of them made their way up there. Ready to lose, dope, asked Sasuke, with an arrogant smirk. How many times have we done this so far, Naruto asked? 6, 7, 8? I've lost count. But you managed to lose every single time and you still believe that you can best me. I really want to know why, Uchiha, said Naruto. Because I'm an Uchiha. Naruto blinked as he heard Kurama growl inside his mind. Them and their stupid, arrogant attitude. Make sure to put him in his place. Hard. As Naruto smirked. What's so funny, asked Sasuke. Well, if you're Uchiha, then I must be one as well. What? Sasuke said. Well, you think the Uchihas are all high and mighty, and I am that. So I guess I must be the Uchiha here, and you must be from another clan. You will never be a Uchiha. Never, Sasuke said. Don't ever call yourself that. I am an elite. You're nothing but a lowly weakling. As Naruto started to laugh. Insults, is that it? He asked. Alright, Sasuke. Let's end this, shall we? Are the both of you ready? Haruka asked. The both of them nodded. Alright, give it everything you got. We will stop the match if it's going too far, and remember, no weapons, only taijutsu. We want to see how far you have come. As he lowered his hand, Sasuke and Naruto's eyes narrowed before both boys rushed toward each other. Sasuke pivoted on his feet, as he had seen a lot of Naruto fighting styles to know that Naruto went straight for the down blow attack so he wouldn't get knocked down that easily. As he brought his foot up, his foot flashed through the air with tremendous speed. but Naruto ducked underneath it. Sasuke's guard was wide open, but at that Sasuke smirked as he pivoted back jumping before shooting forward once again. He thought that he caught Naruto off guard as he thrust a fist forward, but Naruto caught it right in his palm before twisting Sasuke and flipping him over his shoulder. Sasuke was about to be slammed into the ground, but he twisted his body in mid-air and grabbed onto Naruto's shirt sleeve and pulled Naruto with him, flipping Naruto. But Naruto simply smirked. He twists and stomped right into Sasuke's stomach. Sasuke's eyes widen as he winks in pain, before Naruto flipped and landed back on his feet, effortlessly. Sasuke grunted as he got back to his feet. "Damn you," he said. Naruto motioned for him to come. Rushing forward, Sasuke wasted no time as he sent several punches and several kicks towards Naruto. Naruto blocked all of them with tremendous ease. Mizuki and Iruka was looking over, both of them having different thoughts. They didn't teach him this style of fighting, none of them did, as Naruto just showed up with it one day, and Mizuki and Iruka didn't know what it was. It seems he has gotten better, Iruka said to himself, as Naruto's fighting style was left with a lot of opening at the front. But now, he closed those points with his elbows and his joints, and he was able to move great with it, as Naruto ducked under Sasuke's arm once again, before grabbing the wrists. He lifts Sasuke off the ground, twisting Sasuke in mid-air before bringing him down. Slam! As Sasuke fell to the ground. Naruto quickly stepped right on his stomach. "It's over, Uchiha," he said. Sasuke grunted and glared up at Naruto, as Iruka called it. "Alright, now do the hand sign of peace," Iruka said. Sasuke got back to his feet, as the both of them stood there. The both of them reached forward, before Sasuke hand lashed out to grab Naruto by the shirt collar. But Naruto grabbed his wrist and hit him right in his joint. Sasuke stepped back in pain. Too slow, Uchiha," he said, as Sasuke glared at him. "Alright, that's enough," Iruka said. "Perform the hand sign immediately." "Come on, Uchiha. We can't keep them waiting. You lost." "Accept it," said Naruto. Sasuke and Naruto both connected their hands as they released it immediately. After that, the match was over as the both of them went back to their respective spots. "Way to go, Naruto!" and Ino shouted as the other fangirls cheered for him. "It's alright, Sasuke, you'll get it next time," said Sakura. Sasuke grunted, as he really didn't want to hear nothing from her or anyone else right now. Why did he keep on losing to the damn dope? He was superior one here. He was the stronger one. Why is he losing? Why is he losing? He cursed in his mind. The dope was nothing. He was nothing but a no-name orphan. Why? It's a dope beating at Uchiha. Is he that weak? If he can't beat the dope, how would he ever dream to beat Itachi? He thought to himself. He had to get stronger somehow. Later that day, as Naruto was currently in the forest of death once again, he took a deep breath as he was in front of a massive tree in the forest. The tree had a lot of them, and also a lot of spiders. But after his onslaught recently, it seems they were afraid to attack him at the moment. Well, when it became too dark, that is when everything went crazy. Naruto took in a deep breath. "Now focus, kid, and do exactly what I taught you," said Kurama. "I'm focusing," said Naruto. "Your voice is getting in my head, so can you please be quiet?" "Disrespectful brat," said Kurama. As Naruto released another breath, as he felt it, the spark. As his eyes were closed, he was not seeing what was going on, but there was a volt of electricity leaving his body. It shimmered and shimmered and shimmered until it took the entire form of him. An outline of Naruto made from pure electricity stood there. It was connected to him by a thin line of electricity as it went towards his palm. As Naruto took in another deep breath before the electricity got even brighter, more voltage running through his palm, going towards the outline, before it started to shift and twist into something else. Releasing a breath, Naruto opened his eyes. He did it. As Naruto smiled, right in front of him was a spider, at least 3 stories tall, made from pure electricity as it looked down at him. The thing was cackling as it moved. One step, it destroyed trees and roots underneath it, the smaller ones, as it pushed through them. As Naruto smiled, it actually worked. It worked! "I told you it would," said Kurama. "Now, Fight it. What? Well, you will know if you can't take on your own ability if you don't fight it. Are you crazy, said Naruto? This thing would destroy me with the amount of power I pump into it. Well, you won't know if you don't fight it. You know, I'm seriously starting to believe that you want me to get killed. Stop being a coward and get yourself ready. Fine, said Naruto. The spider looked towards him. The thing looked hungry, with a single look in its eye. Before it dashed towards him in a single command, the chakra that Naruto released. It came towards him, his legs springing out. Naruto twists and pivot on his feet. His eyes widened when he watched electricity burn right through a large tree like it was nothing. It just incinerated the bark. The thing then released a screech. It sounded like pure electricity being distorted as it fired a blast towards Naruto. Leaping out of the way, the thing teared through a rock. As Naruto landed behind another thick tree. This thing is filled with too much power, said Naruto. How am I going to stop it? You have that other technique. Why don't you try it now? Taking another deep breath, Naruto heard the spider coming as he extended his arms. Electricity started to flow towards the fingertip until it came around his arms like a gauntlet. As Naruto snapped open his eyes that were pulsing with lightning a bit before jumping as the tree was blown apart. He smiled as he rushed towards the spider. Another bolt of lightning came towards him, but he blocked it with his gauntlet. The lightning simply went around the gauntlet, making it stronger as he leaped towards the spider. The thing lashed out its legs. One of them hit Naruto as he was sent sailing away. He quickly placed his arm behind him. As he pulled it back, creating a whip made from pure electricity, he spun it and grabbed out one of the spider's legs before yanking it. The thing was pulled off its feet. That gave Naruto the momentum to shoot himself in mid-air. Pushing with chakra, he then twisted his body as he turned his gauntlet down. Spinning as fast as possible, electricity started to twirl around him as he came down like a bullet and smashed right through the spider's head. The electricity went out in a voltage, tearing apart the surrounding forest area. As Naruto landed in the center, panting a bit. He did it. He looked at the gauntlet on his arms as he watched electricity fix it together. Electricity was really an amazing thing. To be able to create full constructs out of it, that was just amazing. Seems like his commotion brought a little friend. As Naruto looked around, he was surrounded by spiders, real one. The gauntlets then shift and turn. Well, isn't this your favorite part? Asked Grandma. It is, said Naruto. As the gauntlets turned to two bright swords made from pure electricity. Well then come and have a go, he said. The spiders all leaped forward and they were massacred. Chaos reigned in the forest as spider guts and chunks were sent sailing everywhere. Explosions could be heard all over the forest as Naruto teared through the army of spiders. 3 hours later, Naruto was panting, running for his life. Behind him was spiders, a lot of them. They seemed to be endless. Naruto didn't know how that spider had so many babies, but it seems they had a lot because there was a literal army behind him. Quickly making his way as Naruto was feeling tired after 3 non-stop hours of fighting these things. He had to get the hell out of here. The place was dark, completely dark. This was the time that they came out. He turned as a massive, thick blocky of web was there, stopping him from going any further. They blocked my entrance, said Naruto. It seems that they really want to kill you. But after so many years of slaughtering their brethren, it seems that they really do. As Naruto watched hundreds of spiders aim towards him. Is there any way that we can talk about this? Naruto saw venom dripping from their mouth. Whoever created these things, he really wanted to meet them. Well, thank them because they were a good training partner, and also curse him at the very moment that he was stuck in. As he watched them leap towards him, Naruto quickly summoned back the gauntlets, but they were much duller than before, as his chakra was running on empty at the moment. As he drove it through one of the spider's skulls, tossing the body to the side, as Naruto was then bombarded as they came dropping down on him. He was crushed under the weight, it seems like. A scream could be heard as Naruto exploded out of it, its entire body sparkling with electricity all around it. He went crazy as he ripped spider limbs from limbs, but it doesn't matter how much he killed, they kept on coming back. Turning towards the web, Naruto's body was now sparkling, his hair was standing up. As the electricity was flowing all over it, he spun right through the thick spider web, breaking through it as he went for a mad run. Quickly, turning off the electricity around him, Naruto run as fast as possible. He could not afford to stop, when suddenly, the mother of all spiders landed in front of him. Mother of God. Huh. It seems like this is your queen. Well, this is big, said Naruto, as he looked up at the massive thing staring down at him. What the hell am I gonna do? I don't know, but it would be really shameful if you were to get killed by a spider. You know, that's not helpful, Naruto shouted, as he moved away as the thing slammed its giant leg into the ground, ripping it apart. This thing, is it even supposed to be in here? I think they call her, or him, after they see you slaughtering so much of their kind. Probably the final boss. What? Well, a video game, you know, the final boss. You know, this is not the time for Naruto to leap out of the way, as he couldn't get to finish his thought as he landed on the ground. He released a deep breath. I'm running really low on chakra here. You mind helping me out? Fine. Don't put your panties in a bunch. You know what you have to do. Yeah, said Naruto, as he focused the electricity towards his hand. The lightning started to spark, but it then started to change. Yes, it became more smooth. The jagged electricities started to flow together to create that smooth surface over Naruto's arm. It was completely blue. You couldn't even see his fingers. His arm was shaped like an arrow at the moment, the point really sharp, to what it seems. Naruto smiled and the spider leaped towards him. As Naruto focused towards his legs, after all, he just wasn't only working on lightning, as there was a shimmer of wind as he blew himself forward. Lightning edge, he said. He shot his hand forward as the spider opened its mouth to devour Naruto, as it swallowed him. But that was the wrong thing to do. The spider body became blue, as Naruto exploded out of it. Gore, blood, body parts were sent spraying everywhere as Naruto crashed to the ground, his lightning edge dissipating on his hand. He rolled and came to a stop. Before panting, he heard footsteps. Well, creature's footsteps, as he started to run once again. He finally made his way towards the gate as he flipped over it. He landed. He was panting hard. He actually survived that. Huh. For a moment there I thought I was gonna die. Did you really think I'd allow you to die here? And now? Oh, never thought you were so protective, said Naruto. It's not that. Do you really think I want people to find out that my host was killed by spiders? They would think I am so weak I couldn't even protect my stupid, worthless human host. Hey, you know what? Just screw you, said Naruto. I don't have the time to argue with you right now. I think I'll just take a nap right here. You can't. You have to go home. Why? Well, tomorrow's your final exam. Mother of God, said Naruto. And you had me out here fighting damn spiders. Me? You were the one that wanted to come out here. Naruto released another long breath as he got to his feet slowly and started to make his way back to his house. This was going to be a rather long journey because of how tired he was. Yes, the trip was long indeed. Time skip. What? Didn't get enough sleep last night, Shikamaru said. You're one to talk. You always sleep, said Naruto. I know, but I'm lazy. You're kind of not. Guess you're right about that, said Naruto. And yeah, you're right. Didn't really get enough sleep last night. Right now I'm exhausted. Well, I thought you of all people would have been prepared, knowing that today was the final exam day. Yeah, I should have been, said Naruto. Stupid fox, he mumbled to himself. Blaming me again for your stupidity. Stupid human. Screw you, said Naruto. There you go again cursing, just like the stupid human you are. And there you go again talking, just like the big, dumb fox you are. You know, you continue to push your luck against me. You know, one day I'm gonna show you that all of this that you're doing, you're gonna regret it. Yeah? I know exactly how you're gonna do that. Oh, you'll see. You'll see very soon enough. Oh, just be quiet, said Naruto. Today is not a day for me to keep up with your bullshit. I'm so exhausted. I guess I'll just have a little... Naruto! Naruto snapped his head up as he looked around. What the hell? As he saw many of the kids in the class with headbands. Did he fall asleep or something? That was so fast. It's your turn. As Naruto got to his feet, making his way, they had already done the written test, so that was already out of it. He made his way down the hall looking rather juicy. Naruto, you look tired. Didn't you have enough sleep last night? Asked Haruka. Don't worry, I'm fine, said Naruto. So, what's the test for today? He asked. Well, it's simple. The target over there. We are going to test her accuracy. And then after that, we're going to be testing her ninjutsu capability when it comes to performing the clone jutsu. And your transformation jutsu. That's it, Naruto said. Haruka, said Mizuki. No, Haruka said. What's going on, Naruto asked. Well, there's another part of a test where we test to see different bloodlines or different family techniques. But Haruka didn't know how to phrase it and not mean her to feel bad. But Mizuki was the one that stepped in. What he's trying to say is that you don't have a family trait, so you don't perhaps have any jutsus that you know. Well, I do, said Naruto. Really? Said Haruka, surprised. Well then, what would that be? I'll show you, said Naruto, once I'm done these other tests. Mizuki snorted, thinking the kid was just bluffing. He was always a show-off in Mizuki's eyes. Not to mention Mizuki really hated Naruto, as he also knew what he contained as well. But it seems like Haruka had somehow forgiven the kid. After all, he was the one that killed his parents, as Mizuki saw Naruto as a demon he is. Naruto picked up the shurikens and kunais. Naruto, one at a time. Don't worry, said Naruto as he threw them. Haruka was surprised as he watched two poses that were there. The kunais and shurikens embedded in them. After all, the Kyuubi was training Naruto in all aspects. As the Kyuubi told him that he is a Fintis. Because of him, he has strong lightning nature, as Naruto could manipulate lightning to the degrees that most humans could even dream to possibly do. Well, given his age, he had a wind affinity, and he had a water affinity. That was the only three that he had. Well, he could learn and try to get earth and fire when he grows up. But for now, he worked on those three. And now the clone jutsu. As Naruto placed hands together and two clones proved their existence, Haruka and Mizuki stopped. Wait. Naruto. Haruka went over and so did Mizuki before they poked the clone. These are solid clones, Mizuki said as he was shocked. Yeah, so what? Dumbass, remember that this is not standard for a kid to know. Oh yeah, guess I was so Jose I forgot about that, said Naruto. And whose fault is that? Naruto, how did you do this? Well, I figured it out myself, said Naruto. Huh? How? Said Mizuki. Well, I couldn't perform the normal clones, so I wanted to create ones that could withstand even hits, or could be solids, said Naruto. And I realized the more chakra I use, the more solid they are. Naruto, this is a very dangerous jutsu. It splits your chakra in ways and can be very chakra taxing. Many can't even perform this, but I guess you can. Haruka paused. What was that? Said Naruto. Oh, nothing, he said. Well, this is very interesting. Now will you move on to the third step? Yeah, said Naruto, as he transformed into Haruka. Perfect hinge, Haruka said. Alright, now what is that jutsu you were talking about? You know, I suppose it's time we do something shocking, said Grandma. Oh really now, said Naruto. What do you have in mind? How about that electric pulse? Well, said Naruto as he raised his hands up. I know, I call this an electric pulse. Electric pulse? Just what? Said Naruto as he placed his hands together. Nothing happened in a few seconds, so the both of them looked at him wondering what he was doing, until they felt it, and saw electricity coursing from Naruto's hands. Naruto, Haruka said in surprise. Just hold on. as Naruto started to focus even more. Before he opened his arms, there was a small ball of electricity there. Before he raised it, he slammed his hand together and a pulse went off. Everyone in the schoolyard that were there at the moment went deaf. As Aruka blinked, he couldn't hear anything. But a few seconds passed and their hearing returned, as the panicking that was about to start calmed down. What the hell was that? Said Mizuki. As I said, it was an electric pulse. This targeted a user's ears to make it go, well, deaf for a few seconds, as you can see. The more chakra I put into it, the longer it can stay. As scrambled the ear jump, said Naruto. But that is lightning manipulation. How did you do that? Asked Haruka, as he was shocked by that. This is manipulation that no kid was supposed to be able to do. He was in the academy, so how was that even possible? Well, I found this book, said Naruto, about lightning and different elements. I guess I worked really hard. And paid off, Naruto said. But why haven't you showed this before? Well, you teach me this. A ninja must always have their secrets. Isn't that right, Aruka sensei? Well, I guess that is right, but Naruto, this is amazing. To be able to reach this level of lightning manipulation already. There are not even few lightning users in the village that can do things like that. Harness pure energy so quickly. Especially since you're a genin. So I passed, said Naruto. As Aruka smiled, he gave Naruto the headband. Of course you do, he said. I'll be talking to Hokage about this, Naruto. He will want to know this as well. Huh. Look what you did, said Naruto. Just draw more attention to me. Why did I have to go and do that? Well, it's time for you to stop acting like a fool when it comes to your abilities. Time for you to start showing off. You can always say that you learned in a book, but what if he asks where the book is? Don't worry, I got that covered. You do? Said Naruto. Yeah, don't worry. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had a Dream that changed everything over on Anime King 2, guys. And enjoy that. Link will be at the top of the description. And also, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the Rainy Tentagon over on Anime King 3. Link will be at the top of the description as well for you guys to enjoy. So make sure you go over there and enjoy those, guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King 2, Anime King 3, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. See you guys very soon. Peace.